This is Moe Murphy from Clarke County Sports, and we're here at Clarke County High School in Berryville, Virginia, along with the Eagles head coach and athletic director, Casey Giles. We're going to talk a little bit about this 10-0 season, the 10th time in history of Clarke County Schools had an undefeated regular season. And just to start off, Casey, congratulations on the big win Friday night and the great season so far. And I know you got a lot of history with these undefeated teams. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you've been involved over the years?
Yeah, I guess say my family's had a lot of involvement with them. We've had 10 of them with Friday night. My dad played on the ones in the early 60s. He was quarterback on the team in the early 60s. He had three in a row there. And obviously, I didn't go there when I played. I played on the team in 91. And then since then, we've all been the other fourth and as a coach. So, my family in some way, shape, or form has been involved with eight of the undefeated seasons. So it's pretty special for obviously for my family. My dad, myself. And so it's pretty cool to be able to say that for sure.
What kind of memories you got of the 91 team you played?
We were really good. Yeah, I got so many memories from then. You're talking great regular season, 4-run champions, obviously, and we had actually scrimmaged with some William Monroe, who won the state title that year, and beat them in a scrimmage. A lot of great things, a lot of really good players. I could name so many of them: Bo Morgan, Dwayne Clarke, Joe Dome, George Ware, the guys up front. Cronus, John Word, all those guys that were just really, really good players. Then of course what happened in the playoffs, we beat Page County 42-12 in the regular season. And then, it's one of those things where we were up 18-0 and somehow we lost the game 21-18 to Page. And it was probably one of my disappointing to say the least of my entire playing days in college or any kind of high school. We felt like we let one slip away, especially when William Monroe went and won the state championship, and we handled them in a scrimmage. So it was one of those things where you ask those guys that were on those teams, it was heartbreak city. We thought we were, the best team in the state, and we just didn't get it done. But it was a great season, nonetheless.
And then, of course, you came in with Coach Parker and you coached the QE team. 2014 being the last time we did it. About those.
Yeah, that 13 and 14, the back-to-back, just a tremendous amount of players that were really, really good. We were young, so we were bringing a lot of kids back for this year. The names that were on those, of course, they got ready for the state championship. We played in that in 15. A lot of these kids were on it. You have the Sean McDonald's, you have the Delaney's, you've got Casey Lake, you've got Julius Grant, Norton Turner. All those kids were on those teams. The Lucan Steps, and there's so many of those kids. Brett McDonald's. When you look back at those teams, a lot of those kids, so many of them play college football as well. So many of them play, or play the college. Some of them play college baseball as well. There's a super talented group there that for a couple of year run there that we just had so many really, really good players that you go from one year to the next and just plug in place and get so good. And it really kind of springboard to go into that 15-year too, where we were 9-1 that year in the state championship game. We lost heartbreaker to Millbrook. So that just really, when you look back at that little 3-year span of Clarke County football, I think we lost one game in the regular season in 3 years. So, like I said, it's another special group, and it's hard to believe it was so long ago. That was 2014. The years fly by, but. Yeah, just another really, really solid group of kids for sure.
And what guys, or not guys, but what do you see on this year's team that compares to those?
Well, the one thing that we talk about at football staff all the time is the amount of respect and care, and ultimately these kids on this 2014, they hold themselves accountable in the same way when you had the 13 and 14 team. As coaches, they still regulate for the most part, and we have that. We have seniors that have no problem getting on each other, and they also have no problem when they get on them. And and they just hold each other accountable, and they truly, truly like each other a lot. And they're just fun to be around. So those are the comparison. Plus, we've got obviously, this team is very talented. There's no question about that. But those are the things that first come to mind. You don't have to say a whole lot of stuff sometimes to these kids. They say it to themselves, and they're a special group for sure.
Well, for instance, Friday night, you guys had just went undefeated, won the Bull Under the trophy. Carson Kim was disappointed with the amount of points they let up. That's the first thing he talked about with Clarke. Did something about it.
Oh yeah, they know. Even that. I mean, we were up early and we kind of put our foot off the gas a little bit on offense and defense, something that we can't do. But those kids, they are accountable for their own actions and the actions of others. That says a lot about the kids, of course, Cleveland and all of them. So they know there's a lot more on the plate we got to take care of, for sure.
And with all that being said, the playoffs start this week. We're in good shape. We'll host. As long as we win, we'll continue to host in the region. I know you've said many times this is one of the strongest regions in the state. But how you feel going into the first week, playing a game against Madison, you get played.
Yeah, I mean, and I've said it all year long, and I think you can ask anybody that's in the league, it's a gauntlet. It really is. I mean, 1 through 8 is a good football team. And if you put these 8 and sprinkle them in other regions, I could see any of the teams out of our region coming out of those regions. Well, that's how good I think the football is in the 5th region. But that said, you play those 10 games, try to win this championship, and you try to get yourself the best possible spot for the playoffs, and we were able to do that in 10 games. Now, obviously, that's out the window now. It's everybody's 0-0, and we're getting everybody's in the same pool to play football, and you got to win 3 games, and all 3 are going to be, no matter who you get matched up with in the first, second, third round, it's really, really tough. And I don't. Anytime you play a team twice, it's hard. I think it's hard to beat teams twice. That's why I always was a big fan of the sectional playoffs. A and B were together, and you had a 16-team tournament because you didn't have those matchups back to back like that. So it definitely throws another wrinkle onto it because we just played Madison on Friday and then turn around and play them again. So everything's obviously fresh in their heads too, and in our heads. And anytime you see a team and what we do offensively, they've seen the single wing now. They'll see it 2 weeks in a row, but really 3 weeks count the week of prep as well for those guys. So those are things that you just have to take into account and play football. But our message all week long is I know we won and we played well Friday, but my message all week long is it don't matter for 91. You've got to take care of the game on Friday, move to the next, and out of the end. So those are all the messages that we have to send to the week.
And looking at some of these other matchups, 9-1 Strasburg is hosting 4th to 5 to 5-5. Not too versed on 4th to 5.
They're very athletic. They're one of the best players as a wide receiver. And he was out for a number of weeks, and I think that's why their record is not a little better. But he's back, and I think he played last Friday, I think. But having that kid, the quarterback's dynamic, so they can run, pass, and very talented group. And of course, about Strasburg, but they're as good as they get in the region as well.
They got to take 1 point. A Central and Newport rivalry game. This next game, number 3 seed Riverhead 8-2 versus Stewart's Draft 7-3 at the 6 seed. I looked at Stewart's Draft and they beat Central. They beat I believe 4th to 5. So they got a couple wins over teams that are in the bracket. Kind of looking at them as maybe a dark horse. What do you think about that?
Well, I saw Stewart's.
I think Riverhead's had some injuries.
Yeah, Riverhead's had some guys that beat up, and I really don't know if they're back or not. I just know that you just look at Riverhead, that's enough said. I mean, they're perennial state contender, and They won the region last year. So, and they're well coached and they're physical. They do a good job of what they do. So, Riverhead, Riverhead. And then I saw Stewart's draft week 1. That was one of the films we had on King William when they beat King William, and they were super talented. So, yeah, both those teams are really, really good, and they play in a very tough district too in the Valley. So, I'm sorry, the Shenandoah district. So, but the my goodness, it's just those two teams. There, anybody, they actually one of those teams coming out making a run well for sure. No question about that.
In the fourth game, number 4 Buckingham will be hosting Central Well Woodstock. Buckingham has a 10-0 record as well. Central 7-3. And the thing about Central is I've never seen that other quarterback play.
Yeah, I saw him once on film. He's talented. He got a great arm, and then of course they're able to take him out. The other kid moved their own and put him back in the receiver. So yeah, and you know, it's Central. The 3 losses Central has. Riverhead, us, Jalford, all in highly contested games.
Right.
Yeah, that's not an easy matchup for anybody either. And then Buckingham, who we played last year in the playoffs, and were able to pull that one out. They were young and they returned a lot of kids off that team. So, and they're physical. We're a physical group and down in the James River district. So yeah, there's no Cape culture for anybody in the league going into this thing. I think when you come with his matchups and records overall, I think that was clear enough. It shows how tough the region really is. Top to bottom.
Yeah, I looked at Buckingham. The only school that they beat that would be in our playoffs is they did beat Madison 29-15.
Right.
So, well, we got a whole new season starting this Friday. We'll be electric itself, we know that. And we want to throw big congratulations out to the team, all the support people, the cheerleaders, everybody, the fans. Come on out Friday night, cheer us on as we start the next round. And with head coach Casey Styles, this is Moe Murphy for Clarke County.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you.